An original short story stemming from the Crucible by Katelyn Waldrep. A Studio 113 production.
Well, I guess you can kind of say it's like a very long story because it has 50 plus pages. I just use, I use I use a lot less, and I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger, and if you want to finish it, then I guess I can send it to you. But, the themes I used was, you need to know all the facts before you make accusations. My story is about a guy named Zack, and he is, I guess you could say, a nobody, and he really doesn't have any friends, and I guess nobody really likes him, and his home life isn't the best either. But one day he meets a girl, and she brings out the best in him, and when they graduate, he becomes like this top-notch dude that helps like keep peace between the countries. And he uses all his bad times in his life to make the world a better place, and that's the theme I use to make humanity better. Here we go. Lies. That's all I hear. That's all I know in this life. All these deceptions swarm around my head. They swirl around and leap inside my ears and get stuck in the back of my head. Always replaying like a broken record, pounding the back of my brain, wanting attention. Like a little kid tugging on the hem of his mom's lilac shirt while they walk through the grocery store, craving for just one glance his way. Always replaying, never ending. Every day I hear the taunting, I hear the laughing. It's so deafening that I can't hear myself think. It has taken away all feeling from my body, but yet I feel everything. I feel all the agony they have caused, all the sorrow they have brought upon me, yet I can't feel the tears that fall from my eyes and flow down my cheeks. I can't feel the little drops of my soul in the form of liquid streaming down. The only way to escape this torment, this abyss of pain, is to play, to do nothing but play my guitar, to speak through my music, to tell everyone how I'm feeling by the music I play. No one may listen, but I play and I know everything's better. I know that nothing can break me, but I can't always play, so these words get to me and eat me from within. They tear through my chest cavity and I can't breathe. I feel the remnants of my shattered heart impel me and I perish inside. I feel them ricochet off my ribcage and bounce around inside me and splinter into even more pieces. Those pieces getting stuck in me and releasing their poison in my bloodstream, making my whole body shut down and I die. But no one notices that. They just see the guy in all black who makes it look like it doesn't faze him, when really it does. They see the guy who doesn't let it show that they have won the everlasting battle. They see the weirdo that never smiles, that shows no emotion, because they have ripped all that's left of that out of him. All I see is the walking carcass that once was. Some days I feel as if I could perhaps make everything better by just using their words to make the world a more desirable place. But then I remember I will never have a chance in this world, never be able to become what I want. I will never be able to keep peace with everyone. Even if that's what I want, it will never happen. I don't know why my brain keeps thinking I'll be able to do these things. Maybe it's just a broken record replaying in my brain, telling me I will never amount to anything. But then my heart tells my brain, nonsense, you can do anything you set your mind to. And then for a split second, I actually believe. Ring, ring. The sound of my green and black alarm clock goes off on the table side next to my eardrum. I roll over onto my right side and hit the dismiss button, turning off the vexuous sound. Slithering out of bed, I flick on the lights and slide on the usual black shirt, black jeans, and Converse. Since it is the middle of January, I put on a black beanie. I glide down the stairs and I topple over a colossal cardboard box, and assuming it has Richard written in illegible letters, I know my stepdad has taken residence in my home. I walk through the labyrinth of boxes and make my way to the kitchen, where I come upon my mother and my stepdad making eggs in our small but spacious kitchen. I stare dumbfounded at them. He has just moved in and he thinks he can just take over and pretend to be nice by making nauseating eggs. I'm infuriated. I feel my blood accelerate to my nose and I feel like one of those cartoons I used to watch when I was little, or when they got enraged they look like a thermometer. I feel my ears go crimson and I know I need to chill out, but I can't believe he thinks making eggs will turn things around and make me happier about the divorce. I don't even like eggs. They're the grossest thing in all of mankind. Does he really think that if making me breakfast I will accept him as my dad? It's going to take a lot more than a pile of smelly yellow slop to brainwash me into that. I'm still staring at this monstrosity in front of me when I feel a wooden spoon smack me in the face. I snap out of my daze and look at Richard. He's smiling at me with a malevolent grin. I rub my cheek and stare at him, trying my hardest to keep the tears from welling up in my eyes. My mom is still making breakfast and doesn't even notice that he hit me again. She was right there this time too. I always tell her he hits me, but she never listens. Why can't she just notice me? All she cares about is getting married so she can get Richard's money. She doesn't even care about the child's well-being. well-being. My mother turns around and looks at me with a loving smile, and I notice she has earphones in. No wonder she didn't hear the smack. Of course, there's always an obstacle to keep her from noticing his torment. "Hey, honey," my mom says in an enthusiastic voice with a gigantic smile spread across her face. She drops a plate of eggs in front of me, and I almost barf at the smell of them. I turn to the side and look at my mom, saying hey in a low mumble. Phil Richard places his hand on the top part of my back and say to my mom, "Zack looks a little pale. I think he is sick. Maybe you should get him some medicine." My mom turns around to open the medicine cabinet. I feel him dig his nails into my back and drag them down slowly. The farther he went, the deeper he dug in. As if my spinal cord was on fire, I yelp and jump out of my chair. I hear the bus engine getting louder, so I grab my black book bag, give my mom a kiss on the forehead. As I open the door, I hear Richard say, "You aren't going to say bye, son?" I look at him with disgust in my eyes and walk off. Walk down the wooden makeshift stairs and walk to the bus. As I come upon the door, I can feel the hatred radiate off of it. Climb up the metal stairs and sit in the first seat beside the bus driver. Even if I am a senior, I still sit in the front beside Mr. Griss. I slide in and sit next to the window and look at my house. There's a double-wide trailer with the back right side caving in. On the other side there is a huge oak tree. Even if it is old and dilapidated, I still climb it and read it in a little cranny that is in the middle of the tree. It's the only place I can find peace. It is the only place I can go to escape from him. As I look at the details of my house, I see my stepfather looking through the window at me. He has no emotion whatsoever, and slowly shaking his head, he mouths, "You shouldn't have done that." The bus lurches forward before I can mouth anything back, and I sit there flabbergasted. Why did I do that? I'm going to die today, and no one will care. No one will even know I am gone. My mom will go on with her life and not even care that her fiancé just killed her only child. I lay my head on the window and stare blankly and think about how today is my last. Feeling as though I am on a boat traveling on rough waters in the middle of the Indian Ocean, snap back to reality. I open my eyes and see Mr. Griss staring intently at me. I must have fallen asleep on the ride to school. I look at Mr. G and focus on his almost orange irises and come back to earth. He smiles at me with a sincere smile and holds out his hand for me to grab. I grasp onto his calloused hand and pull myself out of the seat, grab my backpack and walk to the very front of the bus, smiling at the most wholehearted man I've ever met. He waves goodbye and throws a hard butterscotch candy at me as I walk off the bus. As I head for the school, I hear a loud screech, cover my ears, and duck down into a squatting fetal position. As the ringing of clashing metal stops, I stand up and look around me. Nothing, just emptiness. Walk across the parking lot of the school and over to the welcome gate where the ruckus occurred. See nothing but pure havoc. A blue pickup truck crashed headfirst into a white Volkswagen Beetle. The bug was intertwined within the truck and there was no way of getting it out. Out of the corner of my eye, I see some slight movements. I rub my eyes just to make sure I'm not crazy and seeing things. I open my eyes again and see a pale white hand waving from the crushed window, and I know someone is alive. Taking careful steps down the steep hill to the road, I see a girl no older than me stuck inside the car, and I know I have to help her. Without looking, I dash into the street and over to the crash. Taking the handle of the door, I yank it open and create an outlet of hope for the girl. I go to unlock the seatbelt and realize she wasn't wearing one. Pushing the airbag down, I grab her by the underarms and the hollow of her knees and pull her out of the catastrophe. Taking out my phone, I dial 911 and wait for the operator to pick up. When no one picks up, I take the girl and run. I don't know how long it will take to get to the hospital, but I run anyways. After running for about 10 minutes, I see a sign that says hospital 4 minutes away. Without thinking about myself, I continue to run. I feel the adrenaline rush through my veins, and I know that's what's keeping me going. I don't slow down until I see the white facility that is going to help this girl in my arms. Running up through the parking lot and curving around cars, I see the entrance of the hospital and dash through the doors. Screaming to the top of my lungs, not caring who hears, I say, "Emergency, please help, I need help." 3 to 4 nurses rush out and snatch the girl from my hands and tell me I can't follow. I watch helplessly as they put her on a bed and take her into a room, the folding doors closing her away. I walk over to the security guard and tell him everything that happened so I don't get sued or put in prison for disturbing the crime scene. He just jots down some notes on his pad and tells me it's okay and that I did the right thing, and then he leaves. Surprised I got off so easily. Imagine 10 cops swarming around me and questioning my every existence, but that was apparently not the case. I stand near the vending machine with a blank stare on my face. I have no idea what to do, so I walk over to the front receptionist lady and ask her if the girl I brung in was going to be okay. She gives me a snooty look and says, "You just got here like 2 minutes ago and you think I know?" I just look at her and shake my head a little, and then I ask, "Well, do you at least know her name?" She rolls her eyes and I realize I'm probably annoying her, but don't care. I need to know her name. I hear the clicking of keys and notice long beige fingernails tapping on the computer screen. Her fingernails match her personality. Apathetic. Her fingernails show no emotion or animation, just like her. Worry lines covered her face and made her look 10 times older. If I were to go back 2 years, then I would see that she was very beautiful under all the pressure that had built up on her face. The tapping stops and she says, "Brooklyn Webb." I stop staring at her nails and smile at her, saying thank you in a low mumble. I walk off saying Brooklyn over and over in my head. I sit down in the waiting room and watch the clock go by, and I notice that it is 4:45, and my heart drops down to my stomach and I have a mini panic attack. My heart beats fast in the pit of my stomach and I feel like throwing up. I should be home by now. Mom is going to kill me, so I just pull out my phone and call her. Rings 2 times and goes straight to her voicemail, and I know she hung up on me, so I just leave a message. "Hey Mom, long story short, I found a girl in a crushed car, so I rushed her to the hospital. That's where I am now. Oh, and by the way, I didn't go to school." I end the message and place my phone on my knee, thinking about how my mom's going to kill me. Close my eyes and try to figure out who's going to kill me first, my mom or my stepdad. Feel a soft, warm hand on my shoulder and quickly open my eyes. I see a friendly face of a mid-60s lady. She rubs my back and in a low whisper she says, "She is stable. She's going to be fine, but she did slip into a coma. I'm so sorry, sweetie." She pauses for a long time and with sympathetic eyes she continues, "You can go back there if you like. It might help if you talk to her. Maybe it will bring her back." I feel the tears well up for someone I don't even know, and I get up and follow the nurse to her room. Okay, and that's it. I'm just going to leave you on a cliffhanger.
Do that. I have tears in my eyes.
Can you tell us a little bit?
Huh?
Can you tell us a little bit more?
No, don't do that.
Okay, she wakes up. I'll tell you that. She wakes up. She wakes up.
Do they fall in love?
I don't know.
Well, yeah. I can send it to you if you want me to.
How many pages did you say it was?
It's 50 plus pages. I'm not even done with it yet. So
And you actually got that from when you started in here?
yeah.
Really? 50 something pages?
Yeah.
Send it to me.
Well, guys, I'll tell you this, when I first saw her journal with the second week, didn't I say something to you about how good you can write?
Yeah.
She has a way with words.
Katelyn, can you share it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Give her a hand, guys. Look, can you give her